Hey everyone. Yeah, it's like me to sit here and be talking and my freaking mic is muted. The dumb idiot I am. Hey guys, happy Monday. How is everyone doing today? I hope good. I just wanted to do a last minute live. Here I am. Just a quick jump on here and first of all say hello to all my subscribers, to all of you. And just chit chat about what is going on. Like it's been crazy stuff going on in the news lately with all these shootings. As you guys know, I live in DR, but I'm just here for not much longer. Um in the US getting stuff done, things with my son's graduation. But I don't know, I have like high anxiety today. Um One of the shootings that happened over the weekend is just not far the city, like 15 minutes up the street from me. And I woke up this morning and saw that and I was like, "Oh shit, like for real." Like where I go shopping and go to the mall and stuff like that, and there was a shooting. I think they said 12 people got shot. At the moment, at that time they didn't have how many people had died. But I'm like, that's just 10 minutes up the street from where I am currently. And um like before I even went to move to DR, I already suffer from anxiety. I brought that up a few times to where like if I run in a store, I just go in there quick to do what I got to do, get what I need, and then I bounce, like I leave. And now it's just, I don't know, it's just to the point where you don't, people don't even want to go in the store and freaking, it's not even safe to do it because you don't know how people are feeling. You don't know if someone's pissed at someone who works in the store or like anything. And you could just be there at the wrong time. It could just be the wrong time, the wrong moment, and someone come in there and just start shooting. And I don't know. It's just something that's been sitting on my mind, like bothering me today. Cause I'm like, shit, like all of these shootings that have been going on everywhere, like that could have been me. That could have been me with my family, like in the store. Especially that one shooting that was in Buffalo, New York. I saw that video. Someone I know sent that video to me yesterday with that boy who was streaming, shooting them people. And I'm like, damn, like it's just ruthless. It's just ruthless. And it seems like ever since that, people, it's like been like back to back, all these shootings here in the US. But um, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. Everyone's different. Some people are just like, this shit's been going on for a long time, Kyla, in the United States. It's just like now we have social media. So more people post about it. You know, more people post about it because we have our phones with our cameras. More people are filming. But I know it's been going on for a long time. But again, I haven't been living in the United States for a long time either. The longest 4.5 years I was living here, excuse me. I was living here before I had moved to the DR, but, and still, like, I still never felt safe. And even though I'm on a military installation, crazy stuff goes on military installations too. They be having where it's called there's been a few times here in the States only where they've been like, everybody stay in their homes. We have I forgot what it's called, a something shooter, where there's someone on the base who's carrying a gun. They're not active duty, you know, because they're people, civilians that work on the Air Force base, but you know, and then they have people that come and do deliveries and stuff on the Air Force bases too, and you just don't know what they're carrying. Everybody who comes through the military gate, they don't be checking their vehicles and stuff like that. So anybody could bring a gun or whatever, you know, through the military base. And so that's happened at least 3 times from when I was living here in the US too, where they were telling people to stay in their homes. An active shooter, that's what it's called. We have an active shooter here on the military base. Everyone, please, you know, they locked down like the BX and the commissary, and they tell people, to stay in their homes for the time being until they find the person or whatever. So I don't know. I just, every time I come back to the States, I always have anxiety. And it just happened this trip. Like all this craziness is going on. And I don't think it really, really started to bother me until when I found out it was just right down the street from me, another shooting. So I'm just like, wow, it's just crazy. So excuse my rant, guys. Excuse my rant. I'm ready to go back to DR. I have about, I have this week and 3 more days, a week and 3 days, and then I'm heading back, and I can't wait because it's too much. But let me look at you guys in the comments. I don't want to be rude. Hi, Sylvain Deemers. DJ, hello. Flying High, hi. Willie Mac. Hi, C Trot. I'll put all you guys' comments. I am just trying to stay in, I'm just trying to keep it calm. Hi, Aline. Ray Loyal, excuse me. Candy's Wigs. Hi, Big J. Hello, Felicia. Jose. Hey, Giamo. You too, Giamo. Yes, I'll definitely have to get up with you soon, but no worries. No worries. Hi, Life of Bill. How are you today? Zay. All of you guys. Yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't know. And I had like a lot I have to do today. Obviously, coming back to the States, doing shopping, and there, you want to go. I need to go get my nails done, just different things like that. And when all this stuff is going on, it's just like, mm-mm. It just makes me not want to go, and that's a horrible feeling. A lot of you guys are probably like, whatever, you shouldn't let what's going on the news and like the craziness like stop you from living life, because this stuff is not going to go away. It's just the way it is. But for me, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. Period. Point blank. As you guys know, I'm from England. Things happen in England too. Big J could be my witness. Where I lived, it didn't, because I didn't live in the city of London. I lived on the outskirts, about an hour and a half from London, and like things like that didn't happen. I think the only thing that used to happen overseas was a lot of terrorist threats, like terrorists threatening to bomb the Air Force base, or there were things that happen with terrorists all the time. But so, like, everywhere you go, you have to basically watch your back. You have to be on alert. Even in DR too, you have to be on alert. Things happen over there too, but not as severe as things that are happening here in the US. Like especially with the gun problem, like with the shootings and stuff like that. But I mean, people rob over there. A lot of that's been going on. You have to be careful. You can't be flashing your jewelry, flashing your phones and stuff like that, because they do snatch and run. And then some people have guns over there where they there's a lady that I know in Santiago. She just told me last week that she was taking her 2 kids to school. This is in DR. She was taking them to school, and this guy, because she says sometimes they have guns, but there's no bullets in the gun. So they scare you by pointing the gun at you. But she says, this is the first time she ever had this happen to her, where this guy approached her with her young kids. She had her young kids, and he had a gun, and he pointed the gun at her and said, hey, like, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm going to need you to give me your purse and your phone. I think she was on her phone at the time. She said she was like, yeah, on her phone at the time talking. And he did. And she gave him her phone, and she gave him her purse. So she didn't have no ID. her wallet, like he took it and he left. And she said she was so petrified. Like she was like, obviously I'm from the Dominican Republic. That's not something that happens all the time here. And then going into the police station, and as you guys know, it's a poor country. Not everyone has a lot of money. And I think things have got worse, especially after COVID, because a lot of people have lost their jobs. I mean, they don't make as much money in DR as it is. So people are desperate at the point where that's why you have to be careful. They will rob you if you're flashing something. And anyways, long story short, she said she went to the police station and she said it was at least like 12 people in the police station reporting a robbery, whether it was stealing a phone or a moto, like someone was like, yeah, give me your moto. So she knows that they're probably not going to catch the person, because the police take weeks and weeks to investigate, and sometimes you have to be careful because the police be behind things too. um and that happened with one of my family members over there too. He lost his phone, or he got I don't know, he sat it down and someone stole it and went to the police station. That was like 2 years ago. You think he ever got that phone back? No. But it's a different situation compared to someone coming up to you and robbing you, but I don't know. It's crazy here. It's crazy. I hate coming back. Like, I hate coming back here. I really do. You are lucky you can leave America. Yeah, that's true too. But you shouldn't have to feel that way when you come over here to visit. You shouldn't have to. I don't know. And like I said, maybe it's just me. I don't know anybody else who's here in the chat. If you guys travel or go to DR and then come back to the States after a few weeks or a few months, if you know anyone could relate. Maybe you guys can't. Some of you guys are used to being brought up in neighborhoods where shootings go on and stuff like that. So, I mean, everyone's different. Some people probably just look at it like, oh, well, like it's normal. But for me, it's not normal. Um, for me, that's not a normal way of life. I'm not used to it. When I saw Mary J. Blige yesterday, I thought of you. Ew, I hope you're not saying I do not look like Mary J. Blige. I've never heard that before, but okay. Hi, Sherman James. How are you? Hola, the preemie advocate. How are you doing? Hi, Reggie. Have you done a video tour of your Dominican crib yet? That is to come. But no, I haven't. Like you're way ahead of me, Life of Bill. No, because I'm in a new place now. But it's coming along. I'm not where I was before. I'm in a new place now. So yeah. Hey J Rod, what's going on? I hope everything's good with you. I'm sitting here venting about the craziness here. Things really getting worse since the COVID-19 came. Yeah, it is. It really is. But it's just, oh man, I don't know. I'm just like over, excuse me guys. I'm over all the craziness. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. Not saying, oh, okay, that's in New York, like that's far from me. Everything's all good. But then I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, like right in the city, like down the street, like right in the city. Like today I could have been like, oh, let me, go in the city and go look at some things because they have like a better mall down in the city than they do that's, right up the street from me. And then I saw that and then I was like, like I'm definitely not going into the city. And you usually don't hear of like shootings in the city. You hear of it further out. But for it to be like right there in the main city and people sniping and just doing crazy things, I'm just like, no way. Like absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then when I was in DR, the mall that's down the street from here, the mall, somebody went in there and was shooting, but no one got shot. I think it was just like some young kids like acting stupid and got in an argument, teenagers, and then they were shooting. They start shooting. And I was just like, damn, like I always go there. So I think I'm just gonna lay it low. I wish I could send out someone who could like shop for me. You know, like how you could have like in DR, you could, well, you can't have people go to the mall, but if you don't want to leave like your house and stuff, you definitely could have a moto concho, go to grocery shopping and do all that for you. But I'm just counting down to be up out of here. I can't deal with it anymore. It's just too much. Um, it's just crazy how like it's a sad world we live in, but like cruel. And like I said, people don't care. Like people aren't scared to go to jail and prison either. People are just like, oh, it is what it is. Like no sympathy for anybody, whether it's family, kids, like nobody. And I should have never watched that video of that one white boy that went into that in New York who was streaming that shooting. I should have never watched that video. I should have never, because then I was just like, oh my God, like just got out the car in the parking lot and started shooting people in the front of the store, then made his way in the store. I'm like, that could have been like any of us. And no sympathy. And people are just like, no, like, and then just for the person not to care, like, oh, you know, F you guys, just for that. And you to be in prison your whole entire life just for that. Like what's the point of it? Like what do you achieve by killing people like that? I don't know. I'll never understand. I will never understand it. Don't tell me you were near where that shooting took place. Yeah, well, not the one in New York. I'm not in New York, but the other one, the and look at me. The other one, yeah, that's only 10 minutes up the street from me. The city, I live 10 minutes from the city. So, yeah, not far at all. Two people shot at May Day parade yesterday. The May Day parade. I don't think I heard about the May Day parade. There was one in LA, or did it say LA? In California at a church. That happened yesterday. I saw that come up on my phone. And I don't know why all these I don't watch the news when I'm in the States. I don't look for it. It just comes up on my phone, but it's like not the news, it's people like talking about it. And then it will be like, you know, a person saying, "Oh, did you hear it?" Like it just flashes on my phone. I'm like, click. And I'm just like, should I even click? But I'm glad I clicked on the one this morning because that's like right up the street. That could have been me going into the city this morning in that area, which I'm familiar about because they had like the hookah lounge and all types of stuff. And it happened like right there. And so I think that was just, I don't know. Hi, Marshawn. Happy Monday. How are you? I hope good. Mary J's great niece. I just heard about Canadians driving 4 hours for baby formula. Mary, I don't know who Mary J. I don't know what she looks like. Mary J's great niece. I'll have to look her up. But I thought you were saying I look like Mary J. Blige. I was like, ew, no, I don't. Canadians driving 4 hours for baby formula. Oh, I don't know anything about that. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I'm sorry, Kyla, that your visit was a bad experience. No worries. I mean, it's no one's fault. I could tell you one situation that happened now that I'm thinking about it, which I could have been involved in. Excuse me, guys, my little story time. Um, so my family's from Florida. My mother's from Tampa. Excuse my dog. My mother's from Tampa. My father's from my father's from Miami. And so I was living in England at the time, and I came to Florida to visit my grandparents, my cousins, or whatever. So every time I come to Florida, obviously I want to go to the club all the time. Like, when's the weekend where everybody's not working? I want to go to the club. And we used to go party down in Ybor City. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ybor City. in Tampa, but they have like, it's a strip. They have like restaurants, they have clubs, they have all types of things in Ybor City. Like that's the place that we go to party and drink and whatever. So my cousin took me. We left that night. It was a Friday night. We went to the club. We probably left like around 10, and I was staying at my grandparents at that time. He had his own crib, but I was spending time with my grandparents. So he dropped me back around maybe 2:30. I know it was before 3. He dropped me back off, but on the way back from Ybor City from the club, he was like, "Oh, I need to put gas in my car." And I was out, like I was buzzed. I was a little bit drunk. And he was like, "Let me just take you home first," because I wasn't feeling good. And he's like, "Let me drop you off at, grandma and grandpa's house first, and then I'll just get gas on my way back home." And I was just like, okay. So he dropped me off, and then he left, obviously. And then I remember it was probably like an hour later, my grandmother came to wake me up. And she was like, Kyla. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, hey, did Kevin say that he was going somewhere else after he dropped you off? Because my TT was on the phone calling to speak to me to see where he was. And I was like, no, he said on his way back home, he just was going to go put gas in his car. And she was like, okay, because he hasn't made it home. And that's not like him to not make it home, especially at that time. We were still a little bit young. We were like in our early 20s. And so this happened a long time ago. And so yeah, I was like, I don't know, I don't know. So then another hour went past, and then my aunt called back. They're like, we can't find him. We're calling his cell phone. He's not picking up. It was just going straight to voicemail, which is not like him. Long story short, what had happened was he dropped me off. He went to a gas station to go get gas. And you know how some people, you put the gas pump in the car and you go sit in the car and let it pump. And that's what he did. But while he was sitting in his car as the gas was pumping, I don't know, he was sitting there counting like some money, counting money. Not like a huge wad of money, but he was counting money. He had a nice car, nice rims on his car. He's a firefighter, my cousin. And some guy came up to the window with a gun and like told him like, don't make a sound, don't say nothing, get out and get in the back seat. And he had 2 of his other friends with him, the guy who put the gun to him. So my cousin was like, hey, chill, calm down. And my cousin he went and sat in the back seat. 2 guys sat between him, so he sat in the middle, another guy sat next to him, and another guy there. And then the guy who had the gun, he got in the driver's seat or whatever. And they drove off. They took his car and they drove off. So what they did was they took him to another ATM in Tampa, made him pull money. Then they drove all the way from Tampa to Orlando, and they were just taking him to different ATMs and making him pull money, like taking his money. And the whole time that they had him in the car, they were telling him, all right, because obviously he could see their face, saying, just to let you know, like, we're going to kill you after this. Like, we're not going to let you go. We have to shoot you because you know what we look like. So my cousin, I remember, him saying he's good now. They didn't kill him, but I'm getting to the story. But so they took him to different ATMs. And then they took him, it was in Orlando. They took him to an alleyway, like behind a Walgreens or something like that. And they held the gun, all 3 of them held the gun up to him, and they were like, we're going to kill you. But then one of the guys was like, hey, let's just let him go. And he said the whole time he was praying, like in the car, he was praying. Up to the time where they pointed the gun at him, he was praying. And they're like, hey, we're going to let you go. Go ahead and call someone to come pick you up, whatever their words were. And they took his vehicle, they took his car and left. So he went to like the closest, I don't know, place where he was able to. First, he called my aunt, and then he called somebody else. And the police didn't find the guys until the next day, but somebody, went down there, and, we have family like in Orlando. So we have family go get him. But anyways, craziness. But I'm just saying, long story short, what if I was like in that freaking car? That could have been me with him. We would have got shot because the reason I say that is I would not have been able to keep calm in that situation. And thank God that he dropped me off home. Like, not just trying to say, like, I'm happy my cousin was in that situation and I wasn't. But if I was sitting in this, I wonder if they would have still, they thought he was a drug dealer. They thought he was a drug dealer because of the way his car looked and that he was sitting in the front seat counting money. They thought, I don't know why, they thought he was a drug dealer from what it came down to. They ended up finding them. The police ended up finding them like the next day. So they did get arrested and they went to jail. But if I was in that car with him, I don't know what I don't even think it would have made a difference if I was in there. I don't think they would have been like, oh, a female's in there, we're not gonna like rob him. I would have, first of all, I would have passed out from being scared. And they would have just, I would not have been, I just can't. I don't know. I would have lost it. I would have lost it in that situation. I would have been like, you're just gonna have to shoot me because I'm not keeping calm. And it's just crazy. It's just, you just never know. You never know. You never know when the next day is going to be your last. Anything could happen to any of us. And that's why I say, like, life is just so short. You just got to live it. Do what makes you happy at the end of the day. Tomorrow's not promised for none of us, for any of us. It's just not. And like I really take life very serious. I try and be nice to everybody. I try and treat people the way I want to be treated because when it is my time to go, I just want to be remembered as, oh, Kyla, Kyla was always nice to me. She always did this for me. I do for people. I'm very giving. Like, I'll give like my shirt, my last pair of shoes on my feet to anybody who needs it. I've always been that way. I get that from my mother. My mother's very, very giving. And but I mean, I know things like that don't matter to like many people anymore in this world, but it's just life is short. I just say it's no need for drama. It's no need to be mean to anybody, to treat people, because you just never know. Um I don't know. It's just crazy. I was ready to go back to England after that time too. I was like, peace, Florida. Like, I'm done. I never wanted to live in the States after that. Cause I'm like, oh my gosh. States is on a whole other level. On a whole other level. Let me just check you guys' comments. How many shootings took place for this weekend? The great four, just over this weekend. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. I haven't been following the news lately. I'm pretty much not shocked anymore about what is happening around the states. Everyone is pretty much going mad crazy. Yeah. I guess it's not really a shock. It's just, I don't know, not knowing. I was wondering if he made it out of that sticky situation. Thank God he did. And I would have blamed it on myself if he didn't. If something would have, because I'm the one who was like, when are we going to the club? Cause like, when are we going to the club? I didn't fly all the way here for us not to go clubbing. Like, that's all I want to do when I come there. So like, I would have really blamed myself if something would have happened to him. You crazy. I would have passed out. I would have passed out if I was with him. When I'm very scared, like when I start to panic, yeah, I faint. I faint. So like, even if it came to flying, you talk about situations. What if you were on a plane and the plane went down before the plane even hit the ground? I'm gonna be out like that, like from fear, like fainting from fear. Like, if anything ever happened, like my heart starts to go like that and I faint. I don't like to be in small places. What's that word? Claustrophobic. Oh my gosh. I fainted from being claustrophobic before, for being like trapped in a small space. Nope, I can't do it. I mean, I think that's like the best the best way is to, yes, for me to just be like that. Hola, mamacita, ¿dónde estás? Hola, Yemi, ¿cómo tú estás, mamá? Yo vivo en República Dominicana. ¿Y tú dónde estás? Hi, DMR, how are you? How are you doing? I hope good. Hi, Tatia Baba. What is your sign? I am a Pisces. My birthday is in March. Tatia. I lived in Japan for 2 years and was terrified when I returned to the US. Wow. Crazy, huh? Like I said, I'm not from here. I'm not from these streets of the USA. I was born here. And as soon as I came out the womb, three or the children, I don't know why I just said that. As soon as I came out, we left the USA. My father was in the military. We got stationed to Europe. So I was a newborn baby. I was only a few months old, 6 weeks or a month. Because I think, yeah, babies can fly after like 6. Yeah. I was new. So I was never raised here in the United States. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I'm American, but I was raised in England. I've been there ever since I was a baby up until adulthood. And my dad did, after I was born, he did his whole military career. Before that, he was like New Jersey. I think he was stationed in Georgia, whatever Air Force Base is there. But I know McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. And then he went back overseas. And then we were in from England to Italy. And then he came back to it or back to England, and he finished his whole military career there. And my mother too, she's never wanted to live back in the States. My parents are in their 60s right now. They have been living overseas since they were in their early 20s. And there, because my mom was like 26 when she had me. And so yeah. And I'm the baby of the family. I have a brother and I have a sister. And yeah, so he finished the rest of his career there, and that's all I knew besides us coming to the States and visiting family. So it was always a trip. Oh, Florida for Christmas, Florida for the summer, or Florida for Thanksgiving. It was just trips here and there, back and forth from England to Florida. But my mother too. Like my parents will never come back to the States and live. They still live in England. My mother can't handle it. She tried to. Her job, because she worked for APHIS. She was an APHIS manager, and they transferred her to Dallas, Texas, and she came, and then she started having anxiety too because of things that were happening in the States. In the States is a fast, like everything moves fast, whereas in Europe everything's like slow pace. And I feel the same way about DR. Like life is slow. Like it goes at a slow pace. Here in the States, everybody's always in a rush. Everyone's always on the run. And another thing is that it's always about work, work, work in the United States. That's all people do. Like, hey, you want to go do this? Oh, I can't. I gotta work. You want to go here and do this today? Oh, I gotta wake up early in the morning. It's just work. Like nobody does nothing unless it's the weekend, at least where I live, like, or where I'm at, nobody doesn't do anything unless it's the weekend. And whereas you go to other countries, like me being brought up in England and DR, Germany too, because I've lived there for 4 years. It doesn't matter if it's the work week. People are still out partying. They have like carnivals, festivals. People are still drinking, going to the club during the week. Like it doesn't matter. But here it's just like nobody, it's so quiet during the week. Nobody's like having like a party at the house or like anything. And yeah, it's just, I feel like in other places, people take life more than that. People work, but they also have fun during the week. I don't know if any of you guys who travel or have lived in, another country, if any of you guys have noticed that. But I noticed like, it's just a fast pace of life here. It'd be boring in the freaking week. That's why I'm going live so much. That's another reason why I'm going live so much, because I'm like, it's boring. Like everybody's at work. Everybody's at work. Everybody works. And then I don't know anybody anymore in this area either because everybody's gone. You know, military people be here like for 3 years and then they bounce, and like everybody's like spread out. Everyone I know is spread out. I know nobody here. And so yeah, it's different. It's different. Let me check you guys' comments. I would have to agree with you with the plane falling. I think I would pass out from the fear as well. Yeah, even when there be turbulence on the plane. Cause sometimes you be on the plane and the plane be dropping. I be closing my eyes. I'd be like, just someone knock me out. Like knock me out. Like do choke me. I don't know, do something. Cause if this plane was to go, I don't want to feel nothing when it hits the ground. Like I want to already be done. Pisces, people like peace, I guess. Yeah, I think that's true. Yo, did you hear about the incident in MDE? What do you think about the guy? Is that the one in Ray J? Is that the one in New York? If you're talking about the guy in New York, have you guys even seen that video? I just want to make sure if that's what you the boy that went into that supermarket and started shooting, like I have that video and it's so disturbing. If that's what you're talking about, they need to like he don't need to be in prison for the rest of his life. They need to like give him the death freaking penalty because that was freaking horrible. And for you to strain it too, like he strained it. It's crazy. And Marshawn, why so? Because of the violence or something else? How does Japan compare to the US? I could have went to Japan. Um, I just felt it's too far. I could have went there during COVID, actually, like job wise. But I did not want to be that far during COVID and away from my family. I had 6 people die in my family from COVID. And I was just like, no, I just think that's the only place I've never visited was Asia. I've been everywhere else except Asia. But one day I do want to go to Japan, not to live, just to visit. But I heard it was really nice there. You know, the people are really, really nice. So, ¿qué desde cuándo? Mama, yo estaba viviendo en República Dominicana por mucho tiempo. Solo ven aquí por, visitar, pero nada más. No, no más. No más en la base. ¿Y tú dónde estás? So your family is pretty much in have you ever been to Australia or New Zealand? The only people that live in Europe is my mother and my father. Only my mother and my father. My sister just moved to Florida from Saudi Arabia. Her and her family, her and her husband were living in Saudi Arabia. In all, they've been in Saudi for 11 years. But she just got back to the States from Saudi because her husband's contract got canceled. And they love Saudi. Like they would travel to Dubai and everything. I was supposed to go visit her this summer, but they had to come back here last minute. But my brother, everybody else, they live in Florida. Well, now my sister lives in Florida too. But all my family, they live in Florida. I have some family in New York, California, and Sacramento. That's it. California, New York, in the Bronx. I've never been there. I want to go there. I don't like New York. New York's too crowded for me. I've been a few times, but I don't care for New York. But I do have family there. And then Florida, Georgia. My aunt's husband, who was also in the military, he retired in Georgia. I don't know what part. Never been there, but yeah. Every day is Saturday in DR. I know. Tell me about it. It's so true. Half of the time I'm like, what day is it in Dominican Republic right now? Like I be forgetting what day it is because every day feels like a freaking weekend. And it's always something going on. Like no one cares over there. So yeah, you work at home. I work on my laptop from home. Yeah. Work, work, work till the booty squirts. That's the motto in America. Oh my gosh. Yep, that seems like what everybody does. Oh, Medellin. What happened in Medellin? Let me scroll back to your comment. Am I missing something? What happened in Medellin? Did somebody else get shot up? What the incident? Or is this about, or is this about what happened on the live last night? About the guy who got robbed by the prostitute? Is that what you mean, Ray J, about what happened in Medellin? Let me know and then I'll answer you. At the Great, I was in Japan in the 90s and it's very quite peaceful and quiet. At the time, the US was about East Coast versus West Coast beefs. It took me a couple of years to catch up. Guy with the chica in Colombia. Oh yeah. um we warn people all the time. I think I've been on BLB's panel before, and just, for me, like as a female, telling guys to be careful. Don't be falling in love with, like, especially like the first female that you meet when you go to Medellin or Dominican Republic, Brazil, any of those countries, because like you really need to know the person. Um a lot of these females, they don't have money. A lot of them are on the streets trying to make it. And, you know, us as Americans going over to these countries, they look at us like we're freaking rich as ever. Like we're like rich, like sometimes freaking celebrities. And I've had to put some people in their place and be like, no, like that is not how it is. Like calm down. Like that's not I don't know what reality shows or what you guys be watching on TV about the United States, but Americans are not freaking rich. Like everybody does not have money there. But I don't know. I just think some guys are not smart, and they're, females too. And I think people get their feelings too involved. And then like the women in DR, the women in Colombia, they're absolutely beautiful. They're beautiful. They're very, very beautiful women. But I mean, I have a lot of Dominican friends too. And just being honest, just having just conversation with the women. And I'd be like, so, just a scenario saying, so, I have a lot of single male friends from the United States. And I would tell them, so if I brought them here, maybe one day they're going to come visit me. And if I introduce you to them or him, would you want a relationship? And like right away, they're like, oh, yes. And I'm like, I haven't even showed you a picture of him. Like, we're just sitting here having conversation. But I'm like, does it matter how he looks or what his job is? And it's just like they're just so quick to jump up and be like, introduce me, Kai, like introduce me. When is he coming? When is he coming? And it's just like, whoa. So I mean, not saying all of them are like that, but a lot of them, they want like a different way of life. They want someone to take care of them. Um, I have a lot of Dominican friends that say they don't like the Dominican men, but yet it'll be like the next year they're pregnant by someone. I'm like, I thought you didn't like the Dominican men. But I mean, I get, it's like, what are they supposed to do? Just sit around and watch their life like go away and not be able to experience other relationships? No. But they want a man to bring them over to the US. They do. And half of the time, it don't matter what you look like. It don't matter what you do. I think it's just to get over here. And not all of them are like that, but um I sit there and just have a conversation, and then I don't judge. I just try and see like where they're at. And there's some people that I wouldn't introduce to any of my like friends who are out there trying to look for serious relationships, I'll be like, oh, you won't be the female that I would introduce, because I see where you're going with this. Like, I see that you only want to get into the United States. You don't want nothing serious. You don't care who it is. Oh, I know guys too in Dominican Republic who tell me and have asked me, do you have any friends that can bring me over to the United States? And they say, I'll take care of her. And I'd be like, okay. And just to see, I'm like, oh, but my friend looks like this. And she looks, and they don't care. They don't care. And I'm like, well, damn. So it's just like, you know, again, it's not everybody, but there's some people that are so desperate to come over here. And that's why I always tell people too, like, you have to be careful, because a lot of people could fool you. And it's not just in DR, it's in other countries too. People could act like they're so in love with you, and they want to have like this relationship and this family with you just to get over here. And you just have to be careful. Like I said, I know, a lot of these women are beautiful, and if you see the signs, just like when we were talking about on BLB's live, if you see the signs and you see a red flag, I don't even care if it's one red flag. If you see it, you need to step back and say, whoa, like, let me like check myself and check this situation, because that would suck for you to think that this female is 100% for you, and she's only about like 50 or 30 or 20%. Because I've seen it. I sit around these females, I talk with them. I sometimes I'll just for conversation, I'm like, how many of you guys here want an American man? Like, just us having fun. And then, woo, like, yes, I want to go to, yo quiero, ir a Estados Unidos and da da da. And I'm like, okay. So just to see where a lot of their head is, a lot of them are, and they still will send me messages on WhatsApp. Kyla, who are you bringing from, the United States here? Who's coming to visit you? And it's just like, we're not going to be around you. Like, we're going to be sightseeing. So, like I'm saying, it's not everyone, but a lot of these women they want a different lifestyle, but they should want it for the right reasons. I just feel like, you shouldn't use anybody for your benefit. And so a lot of you guys just have to be smart. For those of you who travel or whoever decide to travel, just be smart, because I could see, listening to some people on the panels, and they've been hurt. Some guys have been hurt, and be like, well, damn, like, she said that, she wanted to be with me. And then all I'm seeing is these guys like just throwing money at these women. This person in my family sick. Oh, I've heard it too. I've heard it. I hear it from my Dominican friends, and I'm not even a freaking man. You guys don't think I've had like some of my Dominican friends ask me for money and say the same thing? Of course I have. I definitely have. But I know the trick. But there have been some for, oh, my mi esposo, he fell today working, and she would send me a picture and his leg is like wrapped up. And I'm like, well, he needs to go to the hospital. Like, why is he laying there? If he fell and he sprained his ankle or did something, like, he needs to go to the hospital. Oh, some of them don't have like health insurance, whatever. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get him medicine. If you didn't know me, you would figure something out. Like, you're not going to starve to death. He'll be okay. You guys have all that family there. And then half of them be having family in the States. Ask your TT or your Tio or your primo or your prima for money. Like, I tell them no. And I don't care. If you feel a certain way, you could say I'm a bitch. You could say whatever. But I say no, because I know my Dominican family over there taught me the tricks and what Dominican people say. I didn't learn it from anybody on YouTube or hearing people's stories. They tell me what people say to gringos and Americans or people from other countries for money. So I already know the list of things before anybody ever told me. They let me know. So I'm like, and I'll go back and ask them, hey, I got this message from one of my friends and she said this, and they're like, no, it's mentira. It's not true. So I'm like, okay. Because like I said, I'm a very giving person. I'm a sucker when it comes to giving. especially when it comes to kids and when it comes to people who are sick. I'm a sucker for that. Like you will receive that money quick, if I have to. I've never been in that situation to send anyone money for that. When I'm there and I see something with my own eyes, then I'll help. There's only one person that I provided for in the DR, and that's my baby. Nobody else. I provide for him, but I see what it is that he gets, whether it was formula that he needed to get, clothing, I would bring all that there. And only for him, like bring gifts for my family too. But when it comes to money, oh, I'm not sending you my money. But because I go there so much, like you guys could wait until I go there and then, let me see. But they've never called me, my Dominican family, hey, I need this, I need that. When it's birthdays, they receive stuff from me. Christmas, I go there and give. But it's never been like that because that's just not the type of people that they are. But they tell me everything. They tell me all these little tricks and what these females be doing. And like I said, I've been around it. I hear it. Some people think that my Spanish isn't, but I be hearing like the conversations. And then they look at me, the guys, do you have single friends? Yes. But they ain't gonna want you. And I'm just honest. That's why I talk to them. I'm like, my females, they're the type of women that they like a man with a job who could provide. What do you do? Oh, no tengo trabajo. No tengo trabajo. Oh, I'm sorry. My friend wouldn't be interested in you. And they just be looking at me and I'm just like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and I'm not going to bring friends to the DR to meet any of these people if it's not their standards. Looks okay, but you know how it is. People, it's different from the guy's view, from the men traveling to DR than for like a female too. Because obviously you guys don't go to DR. A lot of men don't go to DR or any of these countries and said this, female needs to have a job. She needs to have an education, a career, because half of them don't. A lot of them don't, but a lot of them do. I know a lot of people there too who have good careers, who are doctors, nurses, lawyers, all types of things, like doing things to make it to where they don't need a man to take care of them. But it's just about being careful. That's all. The more I've been there and the more I've lived there, like I've seen it. And people too. Oh, ¿dónde está tu novio? No tengo novio. Ah, da da da. And I'm like, no, don't even think about it because you're a single female. You're over here looking for a Dominican man. Absolutely not. Like, who told you that? No. Hi, Jill. How are you? Happy Monday. Ray J, $300, which is nothing unless he really needed that money. Crazy, right? I was cracking up last night. I was like, this guy is trying to get her deported over $300, but you were letting her cousin, and her sister, and who else in your apartment? Craziness. Ah, thank you. It's life. It's life. It's hard, but it's life. What can you do? Japan is beautiful. I went a long time ago. I need to go to Japan. I need to go. But at that time I didn't. It's just too far. At Marchand, I feel that I was at 13 when the East versus West Coast war started. Definitely crazy times back then. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. And Korea. I heard Korea was nice too. You're still at the base, Yummy? Mamacita, I'm here now. I'm visiting. So I need to call you so I can see you before I leave. Have you been to Saudi Arabia? I do know somebody here. I thought everybody left. Okay, I know. So I have to get in with my friend, my other friend. Have you been to Saudi Arabia? No, I wanted to go this summer to visit my sister, but she's back here now, so I'm not going. I'm not going. It was a shame. And it was last minute. They only gave them 2 weeks to leave and come back to the States. So I didn't get a chance to. New York it's nice. I like it's just too crowded. I don't like places that have too many people. Okay, you're a Pisces too, but you're a March Pisces. That don't count. Just kidding. Ah, what's that supposed to mean? You know that shooter in Buffalo only shot black folks, right? Yeah, I saw the video. Charles, did you see the video? Wait, but the store when he first started shooting. But did you see when he was in the store shooting? The white guy was like hiding between the registers, and he pointed the gun at him, and the white guy was like, "No, no," and he was like, "Oh, sorry." And I was like, I had to like go back, and I'm like, why didn't he shoot him? And I'm like, oh, because he was white. And I was like, hot damn, that is crazy. But it was ruthless because even people that he had already shot that were on the ground, he went back and was like shooting. It was horrible. That was just horrible. He went back and shot, like he was like shooting them in the head. And well, those women look beautiful. Yo, those guys. And they forget that the people are very poor. I mean, they are the people that I be around. They don't have a lot. I see their homes. They don't. But my thing is that, and a lot of them in DR are always about, see, Dios quiere, and a lot of people are about God and everything like that. But you don't treat people that way. I don't care what country you come from. You don't use people. You don't, maybe people would be heartfelt and giving if you were just be listen to my words, honest. But you don't use, I don't, even a man, like you guys come over there, you guys want to have a good time, even if you want to meet females, even if you want to just sleep with a female, like do what makes you happy. But I tell them, like, I'm straight to the point. I don't care. Some of them be looking at me and just be like, and I'm like, I really don't care. Like, I'm gonna take up for my American men, I'm gonna take up for the females because I'm American, and I'm not going to come there and be telling them, oh, do what you do. Yeah, use these guys. Nah, no. Like, I be saying, like, that's wrong. I'll tell them to their face, like, that's wrong. You don't treat people like that. If you really want to be with these guys, be with them, but don't use them for their money. Like, that's wrong. And some of them be like, oh, okay, I see. Like, I don't know if your family's telling you to go out and do that. And sometimes they are. You know, I have a story that goes back, um with people in my Dominican family where it's some similar situations. And what I mean is like working the streets, not using people, but because they didn't have anything, they got pregnant at a young age and they didn't have help. So they had to do whatever they could do to survive. And some of them went that route. I mean, it's well known there. And but it's like you don't treat people that way. You don't use people for money, and you don't use people to get to the USA either. Not all Dominicans are like that. They're not. They're not all like that. You just have to be careful. If you're in an area where a lot of them are prostituting and they're looking for that, then what do you expect? Um, all of them are going to be in that section at the North Coast, so SUA and all those places, like looking for that because they know that's where all the American men are going, or people from other countries. That's what y'all are coming down there to do. But you shouldn't go down there having feelings for any of the females down there because that's when the problems start. Especially sending these females money. They know how to get money, like, and they're not just getting it from you. So keep your pennies, keep them dollars unless she is with you 24/7. These taking trips back and forth to see these females and you thinking you're in a relationship with them, like, no, like, stop it because these females are using you. Like, don't do it. Like, be more smarter than that. Like, again, if you see the red flags, if you feel like something's not right, it's not right. If your gut instinct is saying like something is not right 100% of the time or 95% of the time, it's not right. Like something more is going on. So just warning y'all, like I see it all the time. Um Yep, I stayed in Colombia for 5 months. Fellas, be cautious with these chicas. Very cautious. Very, very cautious. You have to. Like, I don't know how many. I don't know if I have to do like a live and just be like, okay, we're just gonna talk about maybe when I go back to DR, I will. I'll sit, I don't care. I'll sit them females in front of the camera who said that they only wanted a man to bring them to the US and nothing else. I'll probably sit them in front of the camera and be like, come sit with me. Let's come sit on live and translate everything that they say. Just to be like, what type of man are you looking for? Like, put them like to the test. And then, yeah, I'm probably going to have to do that. And then you guys could be in the chat asking questions and ask, be like, are you serious or do you just want money and do you just want that? And if something is said that they don't like, it is what it is. The truth will always come out at the end of the day. Hola, Bermuda Breeze. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. I will put my details in the chat for you for my travel agent website. I will do that for you. And flights are getting expensive, you guys. It's getting expensive. I think I heard someone say just from someone was taking a flight from Virginia to DR, and he said usually it's I think he was saying his ticket was 400 and usually it's only like 200. Like the airlines are getting out of control right now. If you guys do need help, let me know because it is. I'm going to post something on my IG today after this live and just to warn everybody that, you know, it is getting expensive. We do project that image to the world that every American is rich. And when we release our media products like movies, music, videos, and whatever else the world consumes. Yeah, but if you're going over there flashing money and you're in the club doing all this with your cash, like what do you expect? It's just like that. Some women, yeah. It's the same in Jamaica. Hi, Harlem Nights. I don't really be hearing a lot about Jamaica, but I mean, it doesn't shock me. Ask Pedro. Hey, Dewell. Who's Pedro? Desesperado por papeles. Ah, okay. Entiendo, mama. Entiendo. Okay. You can get fooled in America with relationships. Yeah, that's true. The great. It's not just overseas. In the United States also, definitely. Yeah. Mejor DR. Sí, mama, es muy, es sí. Like, yeah. Like, much better. Much better. Women do all the time to get child support out the guy. True. True. U.S.A. mucho feo. Sí, mama, tú sabes, no me gusta. No me gusta por mucho tiempo. Ugh. Odio. I'm in a bootleg relationship right now. What's that supposed to mean, Tony Hernandez? What's a bootleg relationship? Fill us in, because I've never heard that before. I never heard that term. What's going on, Space City? Some people are stepping stones in life, and it's just a part of the game. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with people being used. I don't like seeing it. I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do anyway. But if it's people who are like around me, for example, like around me and I see it, you know how some people are like, oh, that's my friend. I'm not going to call my friend out. Or like, I'm going to call it out me because it's wrong. Like you treat people how you want to be treated. So even if I'm around people, my friends who I'm around in DR, like I'm not gonna go for that. Like I let them know, like if I introduce you to someone, or if I'm bringing someone over here, and let's say if one of my friends want to hook up with this Dominican female, and I know like something's not right, or if I see something, like I'm gonna call it out. That's what I'm saying. But some people don't care. Some people don't care about being used and because some people continuously go and they give their money to these girls and they're like, I don't care, I'm just trying to help her. but she's being helped by a whole bunch of other people, not just you. So why are you doing it? But if you got money like that, like I'd be like, you guys send me your money. You guys sending these chicks over, send me. I'm just joking. But I'm just like, well, damn, if y'all are throwing money out like that, jeez Louise. I'll be Dominican for like 5 days or a week. Not doing that type of stuff though, but I'll keep you company. I'm just joking, guys. I know the drill too. Well, you were well laced with the games they play in DR. Yeah, I definitely am. I know how it works. I think it's easier if you're a female too, to because you're around the females, right? Like I'm around the females. I'm in conversations with them. I hear what they say. So it's like I could get all that information and then go let all of you know, hey, this is what's going down. Like this is what they're doing. So be careful. If you travel for punani, you're boosty. And some people do it. And like I say, it's whatever makes you happy. If you guys want to travel for the chocha, then do it. But I'm just saying, don't fall in love with these girls that are like that. That's all I'm saying. Like, be careful. Just go get it in. But don't be falling in love and like, mommy, like, I want to be with you. Like, mommy, like, I bring you back to the United States. No, don't do that because you're just gonna be wasting your time. You're wasting your money. That chick's gonna come over here and she's gonna be like, peace and bounce. And then you're gonna be like, what was all that for? You might as well just keep taking trips back and forth, doing your thing, and keep it moving like that. But that's about it. Hi, Enrique. I'm sorry. I'm just toot, 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 toot. Yes, good vibes. Good vibes. How are you? My dog lost his leg and needs an operation. Right. Like things like that. Things like that. Or what's another one I've heard? I've heard the baby formula. My baby don't have formula. So why are you telling me I'm not the poppy and I'm not the mommy? Like, why are you? I've had these questions asked for me too. Like I'm telling you, they're like, ella es una militar, tú una militar, tú tienes mucho dinero. No, I don't. Like, what are you talking about? So like word spreads, but I will tell someone no in a heartbeat. I will tell someone no. I will be like, I will bring the food, I will bring the formula, but I'm not about to send you no money. Oh, you're hungry? Let me take you to the the store. Like that's the type of person I am. I'm not sending you nada. I'm not sending you a penny. When I come there, if you still need this or you still need that, for the females, I will take you. You want to go to the Pica Pollo? We could go to the Pica Pollo. Like they're they're freaking avocados on the tree. Let's go pick these avocados. They're plátanos over here. Let's go get the plátanos and we can make us a little quick meal. Rice don't cost that much, you know, and a lot of the time they eat the same things over and over. When I'm there, that's why sometimes I'm like, when I came to the States, I'm like, ooh, Dairy Queen, Popeyes, because I feel like when I'm there, I'm eating like the same thing. I'm like sancocho again, mango again, arroz con pollo again. It's like the same thing. I love Dominican food, but I cannot eat the same thing like all the time. Like I'm tostones out. I don't want to see another tostones on my plate. No más tostones for me. Like I just can't. I just don't have that appetite to have tostones because I've eaten it so much that I'm just like, if I see a tostones, I feel nauseous. I'm like, no, no more. Chicken, okay, yeah, rice, because that's the stuff I make all the time. But the tostones, the yuca, I don't want no more yuca. ¿Qué más? Sancocho, every now and again, but I'm telling you, like my family be cooking that mess like 4 times a week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, again, like otra vez. I don't say like that, but I be looking at the plate like again. Like we're about to eat. We just ate this like the other day or the other night. Like I have to change it up. I have to change it up. Hola mama. How are you? Happy Monday. But they ain't gonna want you. You a cold piece of work. You broke little hearts. What do you mean? What do you? Who's that for? Oh, where did my comments go? Oh, it's like they disappeared. Let me go back up. I didn't realize. Okay, let me go back up to the comments. No sound. I didn't even know. The great. No man will pay child support or not that much if he is present in a child's life as the one of the custodial parents and if he financially supports his child. Mm. Yeah. Yep. We just want easy meat. Is that so? Men cry child support but don't fight hard enough to get full or have custody. Yep, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. And especially for the men who are not in their child's life and are not helping them. I'm just saying, guys, like, I'm not sitting here bashing men, but I've had like friends in some like horrible situations when this came for that. Gracias a Dios, like my son's father, even though we're not together, he has always done for him. Like, always. Like, no matter what, anything I need, he got it. Putting the money in my account where I don't even have to ask. It's like monthly. It just goes into my account for him. So there needs to be like more men like that. Like, just take care of your kids. I don't understand people who don't want to take care of their kids. I really don't. But in the beginning, when it came to my situation, my baby's father, like, he was salty. He was really salty. Like, I was like, oh, we could go to court. Like, you better. And it only was because I wouldn't marry him. Like, he thought, and the whole thing about it was we were about to not be together. We were like about to, yeah, like, I don't want to be with you. And then bam, like right when that was gonna happen, what happens? I found out I'm freaking pregnant. Wow. You know how, like, it's like, I don't want to be with you, but let's do like some makeup loving. And then bam, and it happened on freaking Valentine's Day. That's when I conceived him. Because I was like, oh, you brought me these gifts. Oh, thank you so much. So, oh, I got to give you something to thank you. And then, it was like, oh, okay, you bought me all this stuff. I don't want to be with you, though. Like, we're not going to be together. We already had this conversation. Bam, I found out I was pregnant. But okay, I'm pregnant. So I got to do what I need to do as a woman and take care of this baby, right? And so he found it weird that I didn't want to be with him when I found out I was pregnant. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, you still breaking up with me and you are carrying my child? Like, that's how he was looking at it. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not happy with you. We both made this baby. We're gonna take care of it. Do what we gotta do, take care of it. But I'm not gonna stay with you if I'm not happy. Like, if I'm not happy, I'm not happy. Some females are like, oh well, I'm pregnant. We got to make this work. I'm a whole different breed. I'm like, nope. I have my family support. Like, my parents support me. Anything I need, my family's here for me. I don't just do your part. I'm gonna do my part. Like, I worked my whole pregnancy after I had my son. Yes, stayed home with him for a few months. My mother kept him while I went and worked. But he thought, oh, I'm in the military. Like, we need to get married. We're engaged. No, we don't. Like, and it was just, he was a very possessive guy. In case you guys are like, well, why didn't you stay with him? He was very possessive, like jealous to the T, to the point where what I'm wearing now, that would never go. Like, I couldn't even be showing my arms, like, to the point where he was like picking out outfits and telling me, and I was just like, oh no, like, we're not doing this. Like, horrible, just jealous, very jealous person. And it got too much for me. As soon as I was touched, the hands were put on me, I knew right then and there, this is not gonna work, because now you're starting to put hands on me. So we gotta call this quits. And yeah, it just went from there. So it went to, you don't want to be with me, then I'm not gonna do what I need to do as a man. So I'm like, okay, fool. Okay, we'll see how it goes when, it comes to the courts. But I didn't have to go that far, because I'm glad that he came to his senses and was basically like, oh shit, like, okay, let me just, do what I'm supposed to do and put my feelings aside. He was like in his feelings and thinking it had to do with another man or something like that. And it was just like, nah, I just don't want to be with you. It's not going to work at the end of the day. When, a relationship is not going to work or not, and I knew it wasn't going to work. Being possessive is not going to work for me. So no. At African, Dominican, and America, the laws of child custody are not geared toward men. I've got a new book coming out titled DR Excuses. Mom sick, child sick, need meds, need food, baby formula, on and on. Facts. I need to write a book too. Bermuda Breeze. D-Well, I don't believe that. I have been to child support court. Uh-oh. African Dominican in America up in this chat telling y'all. East Coast versus West Coast shit. The black on brown is so cows worse 3 summers. I didn't even live in the United States, so I can't relate. I don't know anything about this, what y'all are talking about with the East Coast and West Coast. I don't believe that. How are they different? I had been to custody court. Custody is all about what is in the best interest of the child, home environment, school safety. A parent can provide the best life and living environment for the child, gets full custody. If they both can and live close to each other, they get shared custody. The fitter parent always wins. That's what I've seen. So Kyla, are you a gem, one that is very rare to find in this world? Now you remain true regardless of the situation. I could dig it. Huh. I don't know. What do you think? Am I a gem? I mean, I don't have no bad past relationships. I'm cool. And what I mean by that, like, I'm cool with like my exes. Not that we hang out or we be on the phone talking, but what I mean is nobody could ever come and say, ah, she cheated on me or she did this or she did that. For me, when it comes to relationships, I just always get the possessive ones. But I don't see it in the beginning. But then as time, no, you can't go out with your friends. No, you can't go do this. No, you can't go do that. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm very loyal. I'm loyal. If I'm with you, I'm loyal, like until the end. Like, that's just the way I was raised. That's how the females are in my family. We are loyal women to the end. But for me, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I'm picking like the right ones. They've all been good. They're good men, but it's just the possessiveness. I've never been cheated on. So I can't relate to when women are like, oh, he did me dirty, he did this and he did me wrong. Like men want to marry quickly, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet. I don't know. It just gets down to the point where I can't do nothing. I can't go to the club, or you can't my friends are coming over, so you gotta like change your clothes. And I'm talking about like put on sweatpants. I can't even show skin. Like I couldn't be showing my arms like this. Like, nah, that's too much. I don't want my, and I'm just like, screw you. Like, this is me. This is how you met me. No, you're not about to come change my look and tell me how I can't wear my hair and I got to put my hair down or up, or this is too much. I'm like, too much cleavage is showing. No, like, this is how you met me. This is what you wanted. This is what you get. I'm not changing that for nobody. So people are crazy. If you're insecure, you don't need to be with me, because I'm very secure in my body. And some people are just insecure or think, this person's gonna take my woman. Like, well, if you think she's gonna leave you for another man, then you don't need to be with her. I'm just catching up on all you guys' comments. That's a good idea. Don't blow up the spot, Kyla. I don't even know. Some of your comments, maybe it's because I was talking, so I'm trying to catch up on what you guys are saying. Man, interview some of them chicks. I will, as soon as I get back. I think a lot of them need to be interviewed, so you guys could say what you got to say. And like I said, start getting out them translators. But I'll translate. But yeah, I think it would be good to have at least 3 women on the panel, at least, and to be like, okay, so you remember our conversation that we had the other month, and here's some guys in the chat. Like, tell them what you really want and be honest. And if they say something that I know is not true, I'm calling it out. This will probably be a nasty live, because I'm not gonna be. I'm be like, that's not what you said the other a few weeks ago, like, let's keep it real on here. Can't be that different from each other, at least not for most states, but most states are all about what's in the best interest of the child. Ace Carter, you get what you look for. Facts. That's true. That's true. DR is for entertainment purposes only. Leave your feelings at home. It's vacation. Like, go. I don't care what you do. Go, and if you go and you do something crazy, or yeah, just leave it for, just like Bermuda Bree says, entertainment purposes only. Not to go shack up or, but I don't want to say that, because not all of the women there are bad. Not all of them are bad. And before I even started traveling to Dominican Republic, now that I think about it, even from high school, like into like my early 20s, like late 20s, like I've known so many Dominican people before I even went to the country and known of what goes on, because these things don't just go on in DR, Europe too. Okay, Germany, Amsterdam, England. There were a lot of military guys. I'm just saying from military, because that's what I was raised around. A lot of these guys were doing the same ish. Like on the weekends, let's go here, let's go to Amsterdam, let's go to the red light district, and be doing the same thing, paying for sex and doing that. So I am, this is not new to me what I see, because in Europe, people do this all the time. People travel to Europe and do that all the time. Mess with Italians, mess with the people in Spain, mess with people in Germany. The British girls too. Oh my gosh, the freaking British girls. I don't know how many British girls around the Air Force Base in England, talking about Lakenheath and Mildenhall, because I'm from Lakenheath. I don't, I, so many like single mothers with these poor babies who don't have any fathers. It's sad. It's sad. And a lot of my British friends too, like they thought that these American guys who were stationed on this base were gonna put that ring on that finger and bring them back to the States, because that was them too. Oh, I want to go to America. I can't wait to go to America. I want to find me and it was just like, oh, keep wishing, keep wishing. Like, they really thought that these guys who were taking them home from these clubs and hitting it were gonna wife them up. And some of them did. Like some of these American guys did. Some of them did want, something serious with these British women, and they ended up going to the States with them. A lot of the relationships didn't last. Some of these British girls did the same thing that these Dominican and Latino women do. They come to the States and be like, peace. Thank you for bringing me over to the USA. I'm about to go do me. Like, I've seen it. I've seen it. And then a lot of these British girls were so desperate. I've been around it all my life. They're so desperate for an American man to marry them, a military American man, military, because the soldiers, to marry them and bring them back to the United States for that green card. And a lot of the British women love Black men. Like, I'm not dark enough. What I mean by that is they want it like dark. If you were dark skinned, ooh wee. Like, even my friends who had like dark men, or like even if a Black guy, we walk up in the club in England, whether it was Edinburgh, Newmarket, any of those clubs, all eyes are on y'all. Like, y'all are like the stars of the club, because you're going to have British women like touching you, saying, hey, come here, like all in your ear. Like, my friends who had like husbands who were African American, Black American guys, it was always freaking drama, fights in the club, because these women would be on your man. If they were Black, if I had my Latino man, which I did at that time, my son's father, like, I didn't have nothing to worry about with his light behind, as high yellow as he was. Like, nobody wasn't paying attention to him. But if you were my complexion, darker, oh, watch your man in them clubs. Not to watch him to leave with a British girl, but they be sneaky. Like, you go to the bathroom and you're not there, they're going to be right in your man's ear. Those British girls are obsessed with Black people. They would always touch my hair, or be like, oh, I want a baby with your hair. I want a baby with kinky hair and curls. And I'm like, calm down. Like, damn. But there's so many biracial kids around that base. It was sad. Like so many like white British girls who had mixed babies, and these kids just don't have no fathers. It was sad to see. It's sad to see. And a lot of the British people in the areas, like they would talk bad about American people and be like, you need to like speak to these people and tell them this is wrong. This is wrong. And I'm like, what is wrong? All these childless fathers. She was the one who was opening her legs to him. Like he didn't put a gun to her head and say, give me it. Like I see it. Like every time we would leave the club, these guys would go, because in order for the girls to get on the Air Force Base, you have to sign them in. You have to show your ID and sign them in. And the dorms were like where they had like the military dorms. You could see it on the weekend. You see these girls walking up and down the dorms, like these British girls. And the thing is that the club would be jumping on a Thursday night. These girls would go to the dorm, like hit it with the guy that night, and then jump to another dorm. Like they'll go find another American guy to mess with. These girls would be in the dorms with the same clothes from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leave like Sunday night. Like they would be there for like 4 days, just having sex with these guys, finding any guy to have sex with that's American, and then leave. You would see them. You would see them. I'm like, ew, you in the same outfit from Thursday and today is Saturday. Like just nasty. Some of them were nasty and just so desperate. Like so desperate. Even if they got pregnant, they didn't care. And these guys weren't giving them their real names. As soon as the guy leaves England, these girls can't find them to for child support if they wanted to. Like they can't find them. If the guy chooses to keep in touch and help these girls, then that is that. But man, a lot of them didn't. And they would have girls, like 3 different girls pregnant, and just bounce. When it was time them to leave Lakenheath Air Force Base or Mildenhall, and you would just see the girls like off base, because they had like stores in the mall and stuff like that off base. So you would see these girls pregnant and with their babies in the strollers. And I'm like, damn, that's so wrong. But it is what it is. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted a baby. You wanted a brown baby. You want a baby with curly hair. So now you got your baby with curly hair, but you ain't got him, and you ain't going to the States. It is what it is. I should do a panel with my friends that have kids, my British friends who have kids by military men, and bring them on the panel too and speak about that. Because I have a lot of friends in the United States. It's crazy. Or in England that, have kids by different men too. I don't know, these men making promises to them, like, I'm gonna marry you. And some of these girls are just busted. And I'm like, what the hell were you like, excuse me, what were you thinking messing with her? Like, just ill, like nasty. But it is what it is. In Texas, at least the women get custody just because she's the mother. The man has to prove that she's an unfit mother in order to get custody. LAX to Puerto Plata, $393. Is that normal? Mm, for what month, Charles? What month? Don't forget, I know my ticket is not going to be cheap, especially because Memorial Day, and the summer months, the prices go up. Um, so what month are you? Oh, you do have it here, the 22nd. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. That's a normal price. Kayak, the 22nd. I'll be leaving a few days after that, actually. And my ticket, and I'm flying from Florida. And the prices are like, doo-doo. So I'm just, and like I said, I work for travel services, but it's near Memorial Day too. Don't forget, like the end of this month is Memorial Day. So it's yeah, it's pretty expensive. The prices are going up. So get your tickets soon. I actually need to get tickets like tonight or tomorrow. I still haven't booked my ticket, but I know I will be in the DR next week. What she wants, and she sat in one court, but I have family members and friends that ran through in the courts, and they are active dads. Hola, profe. The U.S. is off the chain. Too much killing. Tell me about it. That's why I got on this live. I hope you're doing good. I think I saw that you're back in the DR. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think I saw you do a live, unless that was just a video. I don't know if it was a live. Let me know if I'm wrong, but if you're back in the DR, I'm happy for you. I'm ready to get up out of here. I have a heart for children with these mental health issues and broken people. I'm a big advocate for letting the best and fit parent to get full custody. I understand where you're coming from. These kids are so, kids are so, by the decisions that, we make as parents and adults make, it affects these kids so much. And it's just heartbreaking. For being in their children's lives. My thing for the mothers out there is let the man be in your child's life. I could have been horrible and been like, you can't be in my child's life too. Just thinking about things that happen. Um, some of these women expose their daughters to sexual abuse of boyfriends and stepfather because they're unfit and broken. That's true too. But I could have been like, you can't ever see your son again because this and that, because you put your hands on me. I could have said that to my ex. And if I was to take him to court, I could have argued that in court. He's put his hands on me. And what do you think they would have said? But no, you know, that was way before my son was even born. Like, I'm not going to say that. If you want to do for your child and be in his life, then do it. Like, I'm easy to put the past behind me and things that you do. Like, you can't live in the past. You gotta put all that crap behind you and move on. And I did that. Like, I did that. You doing for your child, and I don't have to call you and ask you for this and that because bam, it's always right there. I have nothing that I need to say to you. You want to come visit, you can. We'll come visit you too. Shoot. That's just the type of female I am. Like, put all the grudges and stuff. Do what you need to do for your child so your child could be happy and look and be like, oh, mommy and poppy are getting along. Because then your child will grow up to be like a better person in the future. And you don't want your son or your daughter having relationship problems, because that's what it will come down to. Then they'll be having problems in their relationships if they see like their parents are getting along. It really affects a child to see when both parents are not in their life. If that's something that you're not able to do because one person's just not for it, I understand. But you got to do what's right for these kids at the end of the day, because there's so many broken homes. In the military community too, so many freaking divorces, like back to back to back. Like, I've worked around kids in the military. I've had kids for parents who've been deployed for 6 months. Like, I would be on the family care plan and take care of like people's kids and stuff like that. And these kids would be so just, man, it was heartbreaking, especially in the military community when a parent has to leave their kid for 7 or 8 months. Like, Poppy has to go to war or just go for training or whatever. Like, that already affects a kid. So all these other problems that sometimes are unnecessary, it's just it's horrible to see. And thank God I had both of my parents that raised me, my brother, and my sister. Like, thank God my parents are doing well. And because a lot of people don't have their mother and their father in their life. But I've always had my mother and father, and I still do. And thank God. I mean, everybody goes through ups and downs in their relationship, but my parents kept us all together. They made sure that, they were in our lives and they raised us to be who we are today. So, yeah. Ay, Dios mío. Let me look at you guys' comments. Sorry. Hey, Mafia Mac. How are you? The great. No, they don't. Period. Some states have changed the rules, but many still have the old ways in place. It contributes to the jail system and county funds. D. Well, in Maryland, they put emphasis on the best interests of the child. I think most liberal states take that approach. In my case, I had to take the father for money all the time. He forced me to go to child support and file for custody. I won, and now I get almost 2,000 in child support monthly. Hot damn. Well, there you go. Chase the father, not take. Wow. That's crazy. Your statements are true. It's hard to prove the mother is unfit until it's too late. The child is most likely damaged from the whole ordeal. Facts. Yeah, the child being damaged. Exactly. Like these kids are damaged when it comes to the whole situation. Thank you. I just saw I wasn't reading the comments. African Dominican, but I saw it. He was jealous you hit him with that wet. I guess that was the issue. But whatever. I learned from it. 2K. You Oprah Rich. LOL. Congrats. Glad you held him to task to take care of his child. The great true. And that's too bad. I hope most states change to what's in the best interest of the child. That's the best way. Yep. Free society. Kayla had my baby and we won't tell me. Where are your moderators? I had them. And Felicia, I thought you were one. I don't know what happened. Felicia, I know you are a moderator and I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to go look into this. Free society is something else. D well at Oprah Rich. Thank you. Yeah. Craziness. Hello, Yosef Kyla. You come across very attractive via the cam. Aw. Bendiciones. Muchas gracias. It's a filter. I don't really look like this. I'm joking. If only they had filters on YouTube. Oh my gosh, they better not, because I'll definitely be using them. But this is me. This is my natural state, minus the lip stuff and the eyeshadow. Thank you. Hey, Charles Jones. I was going to go to the gym today, but since I was having high anxiety, I was like, nope. Because you guys know I'm trying to, gain the weight, get on my workout, but I will wait until I get back to DR. Too many crazy things going on over here in the States. I don't even want to go for a jog. I mean, I'll be okay here. I'm on base, but I usually go to off base to the gym to Planet Fitness. And it's by the mall, but today I was like, no, let me stay near home because it's too much craziness going on. The oldest profession in the world is being a prostitute. Yeah. It's safe to say it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Nope. It's not. I've been mongering since Whisper Alley. Literally, woman from WW2. Ay, Dios mío. Justice Reyes, hello. How are you? Oh, Kyla with the British accent. Can y'all believe that's really how I used to sound when I was little? Ugh. Like, I'm not gonna say but it's just I can't believe I had a British accent when I was younger. I did though. My parents have back in the videotapes, back in that you put in a VCR, and like me at my little birthday parties and just other things. And oh my gosh, it's so weird to hear me like talk like that. Hilarious. I think it's funny. Hey Jay. Charles. Yeah, hella Vietnamese people have American fathers. Facts. We called them war babies, military biracial kids. Yeah, when I did my freaking ancestry, I don't know if a lot of y'all done that. Y'all should do it. Do your ancestry to see like where your roots come from. But I have 5% Vietnamese in my blood. And I had to look at my parents like, 5% Vietnamese. I know that's not a lot, but that's still. And people used to always like talk about my eyes, even in high school. They're like, when you smile, it's like your eyes are closed. But I'm like, who in our family is Vietnamese? Like, I had to like record check my parents, and they're both looking at me like, I don't know. What? Where's the heat on? I don't know. The heat's on? It's like Oh, look, my son coming up in here talking about why is the heat on? Well, I turned off outside and inside. I come inside expecting some cold and it's hot. You know what? First of all, I'm on live. Don't be rude. I didn't know that the heat was on. I remember. No, you don't feel that heat. I don't feel the heat. I feel good right now. I do not feel hot. I didn't know it was 84 degrees in here. Ugh. I must have clicked the wrong button. Anyway, but yeah, 5% Vietnamese, and I'm like, yeah, somebody was doing something back in the day when they had that war there. My parents don't know nothing. I think I was adopted, because that was like a shock to me. My whole ancestry was a shock to me. I'm like, where are these countries coming from? I used to want, I mean, I was like, I know Cuban, which Cuban was in there. Like, of course. I was like, Cuban better be up in here. And it did. It said indigenous Cuba. And I was like, all right. Like, I already knew that. But all the other countries, I'm like, what is this? It's crazy, but it's very interesting where you can trace your roots. Very interesting. Yeah, man, I remember I smashed for a personal pan pizza. Chick said, if you get me a pizza, I'll give you some. Sold. Oh my God. D Will. That is hilarious. Hey, Kyla in chat. Hey, J Will. How are you? D Will for pizza? That is hilarious. For free sighting. Man, military barracks are worse than frat houses. It went down. Yes, it did. I remember my mom used to say, if I ever catch you in the dorms, Kyla, I will break your neck. Because my mom was an APHIS manager. I never, like, my friends, they used to always go in the dorms, but not to have sex. I mean, some of them had boyfriends in the dorms, but not me. I would stand right outside, like across the street from the dorms, and just look and be talking talking to people from across the street and be like, hey, they were like, hey, Kyla, come over here. And I'm like, I would not even, nope. Like, I'm not even, absolutely not. That's all I need. Heck no. I would be too scared to set foot in the dorm. And I had a cousin that was stationed in England too at the time. My cousin, he was stationed there, and my mom was like, you still can't go there. My mom was crazy. My mom is crazy. Like, she was like, you better not. I better not hear you been in those dorms. Nope, I wasn't chancing it at all. Thanks for your transparency, Kyla, and doing right by your son. Gracias, mama, always. It's my kids. Anything for my kids. Why is it still showing this freaking person? At the same time, sick and abusive parents should have limited access to their kids so that the kids are not put in toxic environments that will damage them for life. One of my female friend and her sister got assaulted by their father. It's crazy. And it happens all the time. And you never know. On base too. People be thinking like everybody in the military is so clean and no one could do wrong. They're freaking crazy people in the freaking military. Great features. Just got back from Santo Domingo, already trying to return. I know, doesn't it suck? Isn't it like the worst feeling? It is hot in here. Now I'm starting to feel the heat. Let me step foot outside. Don't you look at me like that. My son's looking at me like clown. Let me see. Oh, at least there's a nice breeze out here. But yeah, I needed that. I know. Doesn't it suck like when you come back, as soon as I land in Miami, because that's like where my flight like stops first. As soon as I land in Miami from the States, like I feel it. Like I feel like pressure. Like it's just a horrible feeling. I'm like, ah, damn. And even going to the airport, on the way to the airport, when you're leaving DR2, it's a horrible feeling. Like that's like the most saddest card ride ever to go to the airport. And when the plane's about to take off, I'd be like, Kyla, don't cry. Keep those tears back. Keep them back. But I'm like, I'll be back, DR. No te preocupes. But I hate it. No DQ today. I no, because I was having anxiety today. I haven't left the house at all today. I didn't do anything I was planning. I was having serious anxiety um, from all these shootings that are going on over here. So nope, I just stayed home. Um, maybe tomorrow. Hola, LJ. How are you? Maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'll try again. Mama turned down that heat. I didn't even know the heat was on. I didn't even know. I was like, don't come home starting with me. A personal pan pizza. I know. Hola, Mayor. For some pizza. Hilarious. Hi, King of Kampala. How are you? Not flirting, but when you got up to go outside, I really got a glimpse of your face. You're gorgeous, girl. No cap. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But what about the girls in DR? The girls in DR. I don't know. And it's a big difference too. I don't know if you guys notice also. When you come back from DR and you come to back to the United States and you see like some of the women, because I be looking at some of the women too when I come back and I'm like, dang, like um these women are really looking like that. Like I feel like excuse all the noise. Let me go take a little walk. I feel like let me go put on my shoes. Let's walk. I feel like the women, like, they don't take care of themselves here in the United States a lot. Um Ill, they just be looking a hot mess. Where are my shoes? They just be looking like a real hot mess here in the States. And I just be like, wow, like you really left your house looking like that? And does this look ghetto? These shoes. No. Look at me. I'm very particular. I don't even care if I'm taking a walk. I do not leave the house looking a hot mess. Um, Let me go take a walk. Um, but like these women, they really just be coming out like looking any type of way. And walk over here. And I just really be like, I just hope you guys be finding women that take care of themselves. Dang, it's too sunny. Maybe I shouldn't. This sun. I just hope you guys find like women that take care of themselves. But then again, like sometimes you meet women that take care of themselves in the beginning and then as time goes on they start letting themselves go. And I'll never understand that. Like nobody could ever say, I got with Kyla and then she, start getting big and like I don't understand people who do that, who start letting themselves go, but they get too comfortable and some of the men don't care. I I have friends who wake up in pajamas and they just be home the whole time, dropping their kids off at school with pajamas. Like, we go kind of when Sorry. Are you guys still there? Maybe I shouldn't have walked away from the house. But let me go sit my butt down somewhere. I don't know why some women just let themselves go like that. I'm like, I'm not even in the freaking Dominican Republic. What's going on with this internet? Let me go in here. Let's see. Okay, I hope you guys could still see it, hear and see me. Sorry. Let me get back to you guys. The blind truth, that's my baby. Sorry, the internet like went out. Oof, it's hot. When I was walking, I don't know, it started acting crazy, like as if I was in the Dominican Republic. The internet. But press one if y'all could hear me and see me. Okay, sorry guys. When I started walking, everything just disappeared. I was like, I'm not in the DR. I don't know what the heck is going on. But okay. Trying to find you guys. Going through your comments. Women in the US with the big lashes. Yes, those freaking eyelashes. And no disrespect to anybody. No disrespect to anybody, any of you females in the chat, any of my followers who wear those eyelashes. Like, no disrespect to you guys. I am hot. Oof, I didn't realize that the heat was on. No disrespect to any of you guys who any of you ladies who wear like those false eyelashes. So no disrespect, but these women over here be overdoing the freaking eyelashes. I'd be like, what? I can't even. It's crazy. I'd be like, what in the? That's not something that I'm into. Those eyelashes, but they do. They be really overdoing, and the terrible lace. Yeah, and they got me the some of the females that be like in the stores with those things on their head. That's always irked me. I mean, maybe you guys have people in your family, like, no disrespect, but I'm just like, if you're not ready to go out the house, don't come out the house half ready. But maybe that's just the thing of the States. Like, I don't know. But I just look at it as, like, to me, that's just a little bit over my league. Ghetto. Hey, Terrell. How are you? What's going on with you? Hi, Sean. Hola. My 23-year-old daughter accompanied me to the DR this time, and she noticed how much the DR women were attracted to dad. And she says, Dad, I see why you're going to move there. Yes, I could see that. When is your next trip to Cuba? Would love a group trip. Um, um, Good question. Let me know, when can you go? Or when do you want to go? My TT's best friend, she is a travel, what's the word? Dang, I cannot think correctly today. She is a travel, not a travel, what she does is she books like trips for people who want to go to Cuba, basically. And I always go with her because she gets me the correct documents I need to fly out of the airport to go there. She puts you with people, so it's kind of like an Airbnb. So you don't, because if you go, I mean, you could go there and pay for a hotel, but we stay with a family and they cook you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My family, who is from Cuba, does not live like in Havana. They live in Camagüey, and that's like 12 hours from the city. But Havana, it's nice because there's like history, more things that you can see. It's like really nice. But I would love to go again. I haven't been since 2000 and when did I go? I think it was 2019. Oh, excuse me. I got I think it was 2019 or 2018 of September. Whenever Hurricane Maria had hit that year. That's when I went. But yeah, we'll have to chit chat. Um and if there's anybody else who's interested in going to Cuba, like let me know, because it's a really really beautiful country, lots to see, lots to do. Beautiful. It's similar to Dominican Republic. Just being honest, it really is. It's similar to DR, except the cars are different, the buildings, like it's all these colorful buildings. But it's definitely similar. The people look the same. Everybody out in the street playing dominoes, everybody out in the street dancing salsa, just like in DR, how everyone's always out in the street. It's the same in Cuba, like very similar. The countries are very, very similar. It's amazing. Head back to the house. Your video is breaking up. That is why I came back. Yeah, because the internet. I was like, I am not in DR. Why is my phone doing this? Why your husband KOK don't have a wrench? I have to give you, I'm gonna have to go on there. I thought I got you. I got you. D Will, for real, for real. You good again. Okay. Sorry, these are all you guys' old comments. I thought I was the only one. Caterpillar brows. Horrible, like horrible. So not just unnatural, like horrible. Okay, so I did try the eyelashes before, but not like that. Like you go get them professionally put on, but it wasn't like huge. Like I was just like, let me try these things out. I got allergic reaction. I think it was the glue that I went to one of the Indian people, the people who not damn, what is wrong with me? The people who do my eyebrows, thread. The Indian people who thread my eyebrows, I let them do the lashes. That was like 2 years ago. And it was before I had went to DR, and my eyes were just itching and bloodshot red. And so I was like, nope, I won't do that here. Terrell says, y'all be respectful up in here. Are you seeing some people being disrespectful? Terrell, I don't understand the lashes. I don't either. Gracias. Now you're flirting with me by hating on these longinated eyelashes. Watch out now, my Bernie. It's true. It is absolutely horrible. Oh, wow. I'm definitely down for that. We'll talk to you more about it. No, yeah. Let me know what month works for you. And that would be a nice trip. Like it would be fun. We would have a lot of fun. And I know people there. So they could come get us from the airport, take us around, take us to the nice restaurants, the clubs, whatever we want to do. So I know people in Havana. Very nice people. Is the Taino people still there? In Cuba or DR? I don't know. I haven't seen like Taino people, but I'm sure like, you know how people like, oh, in my background, we have like Taino relatives. Yo soy Kyla is Taino. Well, it said on my ancestry, I am in my blood, since, you know, I'm Cuban descent, but it said indigenous Cuba. So what does that tell you? It didn't just say Cuba, it said indigenous. So I'm like, oh, I'm from the indigenous people. which were the Taino people. So that's what it said on my ancestry results. Indigenous Cuba. So I was like, yeah. Oh, in Cuba, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They do. And they have like areas where you can see like where the Tainos were from in the country, and it shows like the huts that they lived in. Like it gives like the rundown of everything about like the Taino people. How what they used to cook and just things like that. Very like interesting. But that's like in other parts of Cuba. I think in Habana they do too. But yeah, it's really, really interesting. Yes, they are. But the look they yes, they are. But the look they look like normal island folk in Aina. Mm. Mm-hmm. But it's just like DR, parts of Cuba, all those Caribbean islands. PR too. I got family in PR, and they have like areas where they're like, ah, the Tainos originated here, or the African descents originated here. Like in Puerto Rico, it's Louisa. In Cuba, it's different places where they have like a very strong African descent. And then in DR too, like the only place I know where they have like a very big, I mean, everywhere people are dark skinned in DR, but I know in Samana, whoa. I was like, I felt like I was in a whole different country when I went there, because they were the females were natural. They had like their fros. The boys did too, like their afros. Like it just seemed like a whole different experience when I went to Samana. Like everybody was just, they were all darker than me. They were just dark. And I was like, whoa, like where are we at? But that's where they originated from. So yeah, very, very, very interesting. Um, there. Do you want to go outside? Um, yeah, so if you guys haven't been to Samana in DR yet, you should definitely go. A lot of history, and it's beautiful. Yeah. What airport do you fly into in Cuba? I flew into Havana, the airport there, the international airport. I flew into it there. I still have my itinerary on my email, but yeah, the main airport. And I'll have to do a video too. I should just post a video where you guys could see me on the plane landing. They do the clap thing in Cuba too, in DR when the plane lands, everyone claps. They do that too. And but when you come out at the airport, it's different, because the cars, you see all those like old school cars in different colors, pink, blue, and the taxis, they're not just like the regular yellow taxis. They're those nice cars, those like old school cars. So yeah, it's a whole different experience in Cuba. But like I said, it's just like DR. You'll go there and you'll be like, wow, these people look just like the people in Dominican Republic, the Dominicans. They're just similar compared to PR. That's how I felt. I went to visit Samana. Beautiful. You definitely should. You definitely should. You would love it. It's so much fun. Las Terrenas, so much fun. Why I gotta hit up the North Coast and see these Samana folk? Yes, you do. Very, very beautiful. Beautiful women. You hear I don't talk about the men. You guys never hear me being like, these fine Dominican men. I don't know. For me, I haven't seen one that has caught my attention for me to be like, hot dang, look at this fine Dominican over here. If I do, I'm gonna make a live and be like, you guys, guess what? I saw, but I don't. Like, there's just nothing. I haven't seen any. They all look the same to me. Like, maybe it's the dress, the way they dress, and just the style. Like, it just I just haven't seen anything. I'm not looking, but I haven't seen anything to be like, ooh, like deals. Not how like you guys go to DR and you guys be like, ooh, look at her, look at her. But there are a lot of beautiful women, but I've never gone there and to where I've seen like being like, ooh, adios mio, these Dominicans over here. Now Puerto Rico is different. PR is oh my gosh. Maybe it's a good thing I don't live in Puerto Rico because I think Puerto Ricans are very oof. I mean, that's what I've been with. That my ex Puerto Rican, but um, I think I feel like you can't go wrong with a Puerto Rican guy. For my females, I think Puerto Rican men are delicious. A majority of them. Dominicans, it's nothing similar to Puerto Ricans. Dominicans have a whole different look, a whole different way about them. It's not like PR. It's not like PR. Please post that video up on landing. Blesses me every time. Okay. All right. Sueño bien. Definitely. You didn't find Poppy shampoo, Kyla? No, Kim Padmore. No Poppy shampoo. And I don't think I ever will in DR. It's not going to happen. Trust me. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to let it happen. So they better keep looking and whistling and beeping their horn and mommy, mommy, oye, mommy. Hear it all the time. I'm like, yeah, yeah. What's new? Nothing new. I agree. The ones in America look better. Yes, they do. Now, I could say the ones in America, they look better than the ones in Dominican Republic. I I was not impressed. Only one of them, and Bonao, attracted me. He is cute. Yes, it's true. I just can't get with it. I can't get with it. There's never been one that I'd be like, oh my God, this Dominican guy is so fine. Like, ooh, like, no, I have not seen it yet. And I've been going to DR for 4 years and I've never seen a guy that I could sit here and just talk to you guys about. Not that you guys will want to hear it, the men in the chat, but for a female, like for me to have a female panel and how you guys discuss the Dominican women, for me to sit here and discuss Dominican men. There is nothing that I see that catches my eye over there. That's why I say shout out to you guys who see those beautiful Dominican women and you have stories to come back and tell your friends or your family. Because I have nothing to come back here and the only thing that I could come back here and discuss is the weather, the food, like the people, the culture, how I'm relaxed. That's about it. But you will never hear of Yo Soy Kyla uh snatching nobody up over there, or even being like, hey, come with me. Oh, you want to talk? Let's go on a date. Nah, nope. Sorry. It's just not happening. And I've been going there for a mighty long time and I've not seen anything that I like. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. You know, I wasn't over there for that anyway. I'm just over there for peace of mind, a slow paced life, and to hit those beaches in the hot weather. That's the only reason. So, ¿no te gustas los chocolates? Sí, me gusta chocolate, pero no chocolate de in Republic. Pero sí. Oh, you're talking about in Claro, claro. See, I keep hearing that the people in Puerto Plata and that the people will love me, but they treat me amazing everywhere I go. Oh, they will treat you amazing. You won't have any. I've never heard of any guy from another country being treated bad in DR. I never heard of that. Just be careful. Don't fall in love quickly. If you do start talking to a female over there, just be careful. Take your time. It's no rush. They ain't going nowhere. They can't hop on a plane and go nowhere. They can't hop on a plane like we can and take off. They're going to still be in that same neighborhood, that same house, wherever they are. Take your time. Oh, you like light skinned DeBarge types. No, that's just I do not, what's the word? It's whoever treats me right, whoever. It's just that's what I happen to have years ago. Oh my gosh. I don't discriminate at all. Puerto Rican men are too light for me. Not all of them. I had one chasing me. He is tall and handsome and American. I might try Puerto Rico if it doesn't work out with the Dominican. I just feel like you can't go wrong with the poppy chulos and in PR. But on the Air Force Base, remember you got, it wasn't like Puerto Ricans from PR that were my exes. They were military. And let me just let you guys know something. Those were the only men that Latinos are the men that approach me more than any other ethnicity group. So like with the African American guys, I mean they did, but I think I was always approached by Puerto Ricans. So that's what I took to. And yes, I did. I mean, look at my son. Look at him. You see how high yellow he is or white? That's how his father that's his father's color. He didn't take no color from me. My son, my poor baby does not have my color. He is white. My son is white. And his dad, I don't want to say his dad is not how can I'm trying to his dad was very light skinned like him, but he had how can like his hair was very like thick and curly. What else? His hair was like very thick and curly and he was just light skinned. I mean, people in my family are very high yellow too. So like I said, my family's a mix. We come in all different colors. Me, my sister, and my brother are different colors. Excuse me, guys. I have like travel things to do. I do have to get ready and get off here soon in a minute because I gotta work. But yeah, me, my brother, and my sister, we all have the same parents and we are different colors. So yeah. Ow, shit. That thing dropped right on my foot. Damn. Excuse me. But no, I don't discriminate. You guys are hilarious. Is it how they dress? Yeah, like you can't be wearing tight pants tighter than me. First of all, I don't even wear tight pants because I don't like tight stuff on my legs. But yeah, it's yeah, the way they dress and what else? Their dress, I don't know. It's just different. And then like a lot of them don't be matching. I'm like, okay, you're wearing a red shirt with orange shorts. And it's just a different culture. It's just a different way of life. And it's completely different compared to Puerto Rico because I was going there more than any other Caribbean country. So in Puerto Rico, they dress like they do obviously in the US, like the guys and stuff. They're clean, they're put together. But Dominicans too, like they keep their hair cut, keep it like shaved, but just the dress and the tight jeans and that's just the stuff I can't do. Do Americans dress better? I would have to say so, of course. Yeah. Hi, Kelvin. How are you? African, Dominican American. Do you have money to take care of a man? I'm sorry, I'm laughing. What part of the USA you from? I'm not if where I'm born, I was born in Florida, but I'm not from anywhere in the USA. I'm from England. I was just born in this country, but I'm not from here at all. Hold on, guys. Give me a moment, guys. Let me just. Oh, it's okay. Ken, I don't believe in giving men money. Oh, did you guys hear that? You tell him, Mamacita. Okay, if you spending, coming to Trinidad, all the smooth men waiting on. Latinos, we love chocolate. Latinos, we love chocolate. Ah, well, Latinos I've been with, they definitely do. They're like, I don't like the light skin women. or the light skinned Latinas or whatever. I'm like, it's okay. I tell the homies, if you're going for the females, you're missing out. The culture is too rich. Besides, there's beautiful women all over the place. Some relax and take it all in. Thank you. Like, enjoy the freaking country. Enjoy the culture. Like you said, women will always be there. Women are always going to be there. Like, there's no rush. Give me a minute, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I mean, the women will always be there. The women will always be there. I know you guys' hormones are not that crazy to where you have to be like, oh, I gotta rush over to the states or to these countries and get it in. I'm sure y'all could get it in anywhere you go. Like, tranquilo, por favor, tranquilo. Yeah, I'm here. I'm back again. So just take your time, enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. If you guys ever hit up Santiago, let me know. I could take you around to some of the areas, um, like Santiago, Jarabacoa, La Vega. Those are my three places I could show you around that I know where I could get in my ride and go by myself. So I know I know how to get from I could drive from like Santiago to Puerto Plata and those areas too. Like Kyla drives in DR. I got my own ride. I get around by myself. So you can trust me. Your son is handsome. You must be busy chasing them fast girls away. You know it. I think I'm too protective of him. Not too protective, but you know how these girls out here are, Mamacita. You gotta watch these females. I be telling him, Jay, keep your peppy in your pants. Don't be flashing your peppy at these girls. Like you keep it in your pants. That's what I say. He looking like, why you put me on YouTube? Ken, I want to come to Trinidad for Carnival. Or you mean Cuba, Trinidad? They're broke. You can't be wearing tighter pants than me. They looking like scrubs, in other words. Yeah, they them tight jeans, like as if like people looking at him like, why are you wearing your girl's jeans? Like, absolutely not. And it'd be too hot. I'm like, it's too hot. Like, how do y'all balls breathe in them jeans? It's already hot here. Diablo. The ones with the job are good because some of us can't give men money. Ah, okay. Drees. Drees, you come in like when I'm about to end my live. Ay, Dios mío. If y'all headed to the Caribbean soon, use some sunblock. I only been back in Los Angeles 3 days and my skin is starting to peel. I thank you. I need to start using sunblock. I was like, oh, I don't need it because of my skin color. No, yeah, use it. Okay. We gangsta for diving in the DR. Yes. But all right, guys, I'm about to wrap up. So Kyla has to get to work. I have emails to um basically reply to about travel and stuff like that. My afternoons are always or have been since I've been here busy. I will drop the link in on this video if you guys need help with travel. So you guys can hit my website. You can also hit me up on my IG and I will put my IG in the comments here. My IG is Morena Cubana So you guys could follow me there on my IG. And I'm going to drop my website, post it there, and you guys could follow me on, or just look at my website if there's something that you need help with, flights, hotels, rentals, anything. I am here to help all of you. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys for joining in. I've been on this live for over 2 hours. Wow, it doesn't even feel like it. But yeah, it's time to get to work. Again, be safe out there, guys. Like I said, I had high anxiety today because of these shootings that are going on in this country, and I'm not used to it, but I'll be good. Hopefully, tomorrow I'll be able to venture out. Maybe I'll have to have you guys on live to keep me sane. That's probably all I'll do. If anything goes wrong where I am, you guys could be there to see it. But yeah, yeah, I just gotta pray and keep it together. But I really had high anxiety today, but you guys made me feel better. Thanks to all of you. I love all of you. Like I said, be safe and just watch where you are, because things are off the chain here. It really is. Let me see. I'm gonna check some of you guys. Comments again. If y'all headed to the Caribbean soon, okay. I remember I read that. How y'all be letting your fish breathe in those leggings? Ew, and I don't even wear leggings. I don't like anything tight. Like, I'm always showing legs. I do not like anything like on me. Unless they're like a romper, but it has to be loose. Like, I don't like tight stuff. I mean, driving. Oh, driving. Hey, I had to do it. I didn't like my family going everywhere with me. Hola, Money Travels. What's going on? How are you? No, I'm coming for the women. If I wanted the Dominican culture, I'll just go to Washington Heights. Oh, okay, Kim Patamore. Well, excuse me. Yes, like Kyla, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. I'll be in La Casa working. What's your favorite region of the DR? I love like the Santiago area. I like Santiago, that area. I mean, Puerto Plata too, that area. Santo Domingo. I'm never down in that area. It's nice to go down there and do things, but it's too crowded for me. Yeah, I have to get to work. I've been on here 2 hours, but I'll come back on this week. I was taking my COVID test and like I missed a lot of these last few weeks. I know, Drees, you've been ghost. You've been ghost. For real, stay safe. Thank you. Thank you guys. Now I understand why you have Cubana in your name. Ah, yes. Hey, Rolano, all you good people are coming in right before I'm about to end my live. It's funny, that's right. Be there one day. Oh, nice. Nice. Everything's good here, Milano. Just having anxiety. But I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But thank you guys again. I'll pop up again on another live this week. Like I said, I just be here by my lonesome because everybody here is working and no conozco nadie aquí, no más. So estoy sola. But yeah, everything is good. Again, muchos besitos y abrazos por todo. Yeah, anxiety, Milano, because the craziness here in the U.S. I'm in the States, and all these freaking shootings got me crazy. But yes, you guys, before I lose my job, let me get back to work. But you guys be safe out there, and I'll see you guys on the next live. Mwah. Ciao.